Hey, so if you are tired of getting in and out of bed because you can't sleep, I know exactly what you're going through, or I could relate in so many ways because I had insomnia for 30 years. And I remember that rule. There's that rule, right? You get into bed. If you can't sleep within 20 minutes, I think it is, then you're supposed to get out of bed and then wait until you're tired. And then you get back into bed. And then after 20 minutes, you're not sleeping, you get out of bed. I just remember how frustrated I was that I had to keep getting in and out, in and out, in and out all night long. I used to joke around that I would get more steps during the night than I did during the day. Like, I'm going to hit my 10K steps in the nighttime because I'm walking back and forth so many times getting out of bed. And it was frustrating. And that was stressing me out alone right there, which isn't going to help me sleep. I don't know about you, if that's how you feel, but that is what I went through. I had a very severe case of insomnia, so I did have to get up a lot. A lot. But you're not alone. You really aren't. This is normal. And when I worked with a sleep doctor that helped me learn how to coach people and teach people to do this, he's the one that helped me overcome insomnia. He explained to me that a lot of what is taught in CBTI. Now, I don't like ever talking down upon another program or another system. It works for some people, and that is great. I'm glad and I'm happy for them. Um, that's the best case scenario. You don't have to go searching for the best way to overcome insomnia because that was the best way for you. But the way the sleep doctor explained it to me is that it's a really outdated rule. We have learned so much since CBTI, and it just hasn't evolved with the time. There's a lot more we know now. The underlying reason of chronic insomnia we know now that we didn't know back then. There's just so much that has changed since then. And I'm not saying CBTI is bad by all means, because sometimes that's just exactly what someone needs. It's just, um, you know, the sleep hygiene and some mindset work and some basic stuff, and they're good. But there is some, when you have chronic insomnia, there is some more that you could do to really be effective. I'm going off topic because today I just want to talk about getting in and out of bed. And the good news that I have for you is that we don't have to get out of bed. I know they still teach that. Just take that in, because when I learned that, I was like, oh, felt like a pile of bricks was taken off my shoulders, and I just, oh, good. I'm so tired of getting out of bed. If you want to get out of bed, of course you're more than welcome to, but you are missing out on an opportunity if you do stay in bed. So let's talk about that today. So the underlying reason for chronic insomnia, actually, let's start backwards. Let's go even more. So we start off with some disrupted sleep. I'm going to tell you how we end up with this chronic insomnia. We start with some disrupted sleep. Maybe it's changes in hormones. It's a medication side effect, or maybe you went through something traumatic or stressful in your life and it's affecting your sleep. That's normal for absolutely everyone to have some sleep affected in some way if you're going through any of this. And there's nothing to worry about there. If you just, you're thinking to yourself, okay, this is normal. I mean, I just went through something traumatic. Of course, my sleep's going to be affected. It will start to correct itself with time. Excuse me. Now, if instead you start to react with, oh, this shouldn't happen. I hope I get sleep tonight. And then you go to sleep and then you don't sleep. Well, this is where the problem begins. So you lose sleep again, and then you're like, oh my gosh, this is scary. I can't lose another sleep. I have to get sleep. And then you're like, okay, I'm going to go take melatonin from the drugstore or whatever. So you take the melatonin and you don't sleep. oh my God, there's something that's really wrong with me. I need to take more, something stronger. So you add magnesium, or you start doing all these different things and meditations and hypnosis and binaural beats, and you start adding more and more things to try to combat that insomnia. And here's the problem. The underlying reason for chronic insomnia is your brain thinks there's danger. So anytime we fear something and we're trying to escape it, we're sending these signals to the brain that there's danger. He doesn't know the difference whether there's something actually physically in front of you or not. All it knows is you're fearing something and you're trying to escape in any way that you can. Whether that's pills or running from a threat or whatever, or trying to fight your way out of a scary situation. Your brain just thinks there's danger. So it activates that fight or flight system. And that fight or flight system does not want to let you get good, deep, quality sleep because it needs you to be safe from the danger. So if you are fearing the nighttime, you're fearing bedtime, you're fearing not sleeping that night, and you're doing all these things to try to escape sleeplessness so you do sleep, your brain still thinks there's danger. Got to keep her awake, got to keep her alert so that she can stay safe in case she needs to react with running, fleeing, or fighting a situation, whatever it is. It doesn't know that it's sleeplessness that you are scared of. So that's where the big problem comes with chronic insomnia. We get stuck in this cycle of trying to escape sleeplessness, and we don't sleep, and then we become even more fearful, and then we try to escape it even more, and then our fear heightens even more, and in turn your brain is amplifying that fight or flight system even more and more and more, and then we start to develop sleep anxiety and things like that. So when we're going to bed, I always get out of breath when I'm talking. When we get out of bed, we are running from the situation. We're not giving our brain a chance to see that we are safe. That is how you overcome insomnia. Show it that you're safe. Not specifically the bed part, but by showing your brain you're not scared of bedtime. You're not scared of being awake. That during those times when you're trying to resist and fight being awake, you're just maybe watching a TV show, doing something you enjoy, something that's the opposite of fear and trying to escape sleeplessness. The more often you do this, the quicker you will overcome insomnia. Now, it does take a long time. It's not a quick overnight thing. It can take a few months of being consistent and showing your brain that you are safe before some actual changes start to happen. Your brain realizes, oh, she actually is safe, and it can start to let go. It starts to decrease that fight or flight system, and then you start sleeping more again. Now, where the bed comes into play here is so it's not the fear, or what is it with the CBTI world? It's the association with wakefulness, right? You go to bed. If you're awake, tossing and turning, you associate the bed with wakefulness. That's the problem, right? Well, no. Actually, it turns out you go to bed, or as you're going to bed, maybe even the thought of like, I need to go to sleep. You think about, oh my God, what if I don't sleep? What if I'm awake again? What if I have an even worse night? What if I lose even more sleep? How am I going to get through the day tomorrow? How am I going to do this? And that just starts to your brain thinks there's danger. You're sending signals of danger to your brain. And that is the opposite of what we want to do. So when we're going to bed and we go to lay down in bed, we have this fear. And of course we're wide awake. It's not the association of wakefulness with the bed. It's that fear of not sleeping that's triggering that fight or flight system yet again, which is meant to keep you awake. Your brain is doing what it thinks it's supposed to do to keep you safe. But in reality, you have this opportunity to show your brain that you are not in danger by going to bed. You can stay in bed if you want to. You have this opportunity to maybe watch a TV show you like. You could do a little hobby or something that you enjoy or something that maybe make you laugh a little bit. That's why I like watching comedies. That's what I did at the very end when I was overcoming insomnia and I was finally getting more and more sleep. I would stay in bed and I would watch comedies. Usually Friends at that point, just shows that I didn't need to really follow along strongly, just something I could laugh at, something lighthearted, and something I really enjoyed. And that showed my brain that I'm not trying to escape anything. And that is something that you can do too. Stay in bed, enjoy something while you're just laying there, and don't try to make yourself sleep. The more you try to chase sleep, the harder it's going to get. So enjoy yourself. If you find yourself you're falling asleep while watching a show, just lay down. Enjoy yourself. If you aren't catching yourself falling asleep and you start to notice, like, I feel really sleepy, then go to bed. Lie down and just lie down to rest. And that's all of that right there is going to be huge and really help you to teach your brain that you're safe and overcome insomnia. So if you are tired of laying in that bed and getting out, getting back in, getting out, getting back in, then definitely try this. You don't have to get out of bed. You can stay in bed and teach your brain that you are safe. This is the perfect opportunity. And if you want to learn more about how to teach your brain that you are safe, I have my free Insomnia Crash Course, and I'll put the link in the description box. Go check it out. It will really help you kind of give you an idea of the steps you need to take and what you need to do to overcome insomnia. So I'm so glad that we're able to talk about this. If you have any questions whatsoever, my speaking is not working anymore. If you have any questions whatsoever, leave them below and I will see you in the next video. Bye.